Next, we've got Candace, and she is going to show us a great jewelry project. Candace?
Thanks, Heidi. I am thrilled to be part of your show today. I'm going to be demonstrating a lovely little souvenir bracelet made from coffee cup sleeves. These amazing coffee cup sleeves were the inspiration for this project. I had the fortune of having an art show at our local coffee place, and these were designed by local artists. That's why this project is called Buy Local First. It's a bracelet made out of recycled coffee cup sleeves that just happen to be fabulous looking. To make this bracelet, I also used a needle tool, a nice flat paintbrush, a nice pair of scissors, clothespins, and a nail file, dimensional sealer, sparkly sealer, my favorite super thick tacky glue. I've got a pair of wire cutters. I happen to have the smallest paintbrush in the world. I just love these. Some stretchy string, 1mm diameter, 20 gauge copper wire, flat pliers, and a hole punch, and also some black acrylic paint, and a nice paper towel to cover your surface to protect it. I cut out some of the design elements that I really liked and paired them up. I'm going to pair these up right here. Doesn't matter if they're the same size to start with. You get the best edge you can get by trimming them together. I wasn't really trying to make squares. That's just how my shapes ended up, squarish. And I like to blunt the corners just because that's my preference. And it's kind of fun to send the little tiny paper bits flying through the air in your studio. Okay, now they're the same size. I'm going to punch a hole in one of them. Then I'm going to line them up again. And punch the hole through the second one. Now comes the super thick tacky glue. So you can see these are kind of coming together pretty quickly and easily. It's not difficult at all to do. So while that's drying, I'm going to set it on this doohickey that I made. It's just masking tape, rubber cemented down to a piece of cardstock so that it can hold my little pieces still while I'm working on them. Now I'm gonna, while it's drying, brush it with a little bit of the glitter sealer, and then this one is dry, so I'm going to go ahead and put on the dimensional sealer, go all the way out to the edges, and get as close as you can to the hole without going in it. It's not a big deal if you actually get in it, because you can carve it out. Alright, this one has it on both sides already, and it's finished. It has tool holes in it because I'm going to try a different project with that. But let me show you how I finish the edge. This is where the fingernail file comes in. Some of them have uneven edges, even though you tried really hard to keep those edges flush. And I'm not pushing very hard because the paper will splay pretty easily. It'll just spread right out. Okay, I like the way that looks. So now it's time for some black paint. And the tiniest paintbrush in the world. The reason that you do this part after you seal it is so that it's going to be easy to wipe up if you get some on the front. And this is where the clothespin comes in. So I'm just going to go all the way around. And that's going to be an additional sealer too. So if you're wearing this and you're washing your hands several times a day, that should help keep the paper from deteriorating. Alright, so then you set that down to dry. Before we begin our bracelet design, we're going to make some jump rings. This is really easy to do. This is all I'm using the needle tool for on this project, but the needle tool still feels useful. So wrap it around, push it together like that, pull it off, and then cut through the first two, and you have a jump ring. Now, in the same spot as the first cut, cut another one. This works even better with a flush cutter, but I do not have a flush cutter, so I'm just using my side cutter. There are two. So you get the idea. Now, you're going to put the jump ring through, and you're going to hold it like that with the pliers, and you're going to give it the best touch that you can so it won't come off easily. Alright, so that's all I had to do as far as getting those ready to go on the bracelet. When I design a bracelet, I like to lay it all out, all the charms and beads, to see what's going to look best. And then I might string and restring it 3 or 4 times to get just the look that I want. Now in this case, I needed to use 2 larger beads to sandwich each of the jump rings because the jump rings were large. So the charms wanted to all slide together. So this is the way I have put it together, and I have tried it on my wrist, and it's a good fit. It slides easily over my hand and isn't too tight on my wrist. And now I'm going to tie the ends of the string together. Get them as close as I can to the edge. There we go, of the bead design. And I'm going to give it some tight pulls, and then I'm going to pull the opposite way. Just go back and forth a few times and really tighten it up. Before I cut it, I'll put a dab of crazy glue on it, and then I'll cut the ends of the strings. But my, isn't that a lovely charm bracelet? It has some good movement to it and some nice colors. I like it. Before I cut the excess string off, I put a dab of crazy glue on the knot to make sure it would hold. And when it was dry and I snipped the ends off, I ended up with this lovely souvenir bracelet. I love what it represents. I love the time that I had that whole month at the coffee shop. I'm so glad I got to share it with you.